Hi, this is Tamara Rubin, Let's Save Mama, Let'sSaveMama.com, TamaraRubin.com, and today we're testing items that we know are positive for unsafe levels of lead that we've tested with XRF technology, and we're doing follow-up testing using the reactive agent home test kits. This particular kit we're using today is the glowing kit out of the Netherlands. There are a couple different variations of this available, and what we're finding is kind of the limitations of these glowing kits because they don't seem to work on all substrates and they don't seem to work on all coatings, but they work on some. So if you get a negative using this home test kit, then it isn't a true negative necessarily, but if you do get a positive, then it is a true positive. It works much better on painted items like painted glassware and things like that. Anyhow, this is a 1992 super block kit.
And you can tell from that the tagline is very dated.
More blocks, more challenges in this balance. This is fun for the whole family. That's very dated.
Yeah, no, it just seems funny to me. It's very old-fashioned, I feel like.
Okay, old-fashioned 1992. So again, 90 parts per million and up is unsafe for kids by current standards. The yellow blocks of this tested positive for 1,015 parts per million lead. The interesting thing is the purple blocks and the red blocks were negative for lead, and the orange blocks were negative for lead. So I'm going to take all of these and test them using the glowing kit. And the interesting thing about this is because when we're talking about 1,000 parts per million lead, and just so people know, I do wash my hands very well after doing these videos and whenever I touch any of these leaded items, there's a chance that this, because it's paint, could have worn off onto the other colors. So if you spray the reactive agent kit, well, first before we do that, let's
And do you want me to get the light?
Sure, yeah, turn off the light so we get a better contrast. And we're gonna see, you get little bits fluorescing that aren't green, and if we spray it, then these.
Interesting, you can see the grain of the wood on the purple there.
And let's see. So that's what it looks like without the glowing spray. And it's possible that these other colors might test positive with the glowing spray from dust from the yellow paint. So we're going to wait just a second. And again, we know this yellow is over 1,000 parts per million lead, and 90 parts per million lead and up is unsafe for children. And I'm not seeing any green glowing there. I'm looking, is there green glowing here? It's kind of, look, is there green glowing on my table?
It doesn't look like it.
It's not really not green. There's just maybe a speck of green. I'm going to wash the table after this because I just opened this box after. So there's no green glowing on the red, which we know tested negative for lead. And there's no green glowing here, but here we go.
Wow.
Here's that yellow building block.
And is that because of the color you were saying?
Yellow lead chromate was often used for paint. And there are a couple different colors three different colors that are very common for lead paint. One is yellow lead, another is red lead, like the Golden Gate Bridge, which is kind of orange, and the other is kind of a cream colored white lead.
And can you lift that further away so you can see the whole thing kind of illuminated with it? Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So the terrifying thing, and we'll turn the light back on, is that if you were a child, and if you remember being a child, children are always putting blocks like this in their mouth. I mean, that's just like, that's the way it is. And so these are very, very dangerous because we're talking about lead paint, and it's lead paint on a toy from 1992. So if you have these, you should throw them out, and hopefully they were still in the box. Throw the whole thing out, and if you wouldn't necessarily need to wipe down the cabinet that they were in, but just make sure no child is playing with them. If you have a child that was playing with these blocks, even if they were only playing, oh look, over here maybe there's a little speck of green. Is that green?
I don't think
it's hard to say.
Even
if they weren't putting them in their mouth, the hand-to-mouth activity of transference of dust when you eat a cookie while you're playing a game, or eating chips or puffs or anything you might be eating, Cheetos, Doritos, and then putting them in your mouth and then touching this and then putting them in your mouth again, you have the opportunity to poison the user of this toy. Just with regular activity that one might expect from a child or even an adult.
And I mean, like, our blocks, the unpainted wooden ones that we grew up with, have gnawing marks on them.
gnawing marks.
yeah.
Yeah, gnawing marks. Yeah, they've been chewed on. Yeah,
Bite
it's
marks.
very true. And so it's definitely concerning. You can learn more about this on leadsafemama.com, of course, and this video is going to be posted on YouTube. We're encouraging people to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be among the first to get the alert that these videos come up, and YouTube doesn't censor the reach the way the other social media channels do. So you're more likely to see it there. And we're also going to share these videos on our newsletter, and you can subscribe to the Let's Safe Mama newsletter. It's free. Just click the link in our Instagram bio, and that's the website menu, and then click the subscribe button. So thanks for being here. Learn more at leadsafemama.com, and all of the information about this particular toy, the full XRF test results, as well as information about this test kit and the other types of testing we do are in the description of the video on the YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. Learn more at leadsafemama.com.